The sleek predator vessels of the Vorthan Empire glided through the void like sharks, sensing blood in dark waters. Captain Vex watched the scatter display with growing anticipation as 3 separate blips appeared on the tactical screen. 3 human cargo vessels, traveling alone through the Outer Rim territories, each one a tempting prize ripe for plunder. Perfect, Vex muttered, his scaled fingers dancing across the command console. Isolated human ships. They always make this too. Easy. The Vorthan had built their reputation on swift strikes against lone vessels. Their philosophy was simple. Overwhelm quickly, take what they wanted, and vanish before reinforcements could arrive. It had worked flawlessly for decades across, dozens of species and countless raids. Lieutenant Koss leaned forward from his station. Captain, should we coordinate the attacks? Hit all 3 simultaneously? Vex considered this for a moment. The 3 human ships were spread across a light hour of space, each following different trade routes through the sector. Standard raider doctrine would suggest picking them off one by one to avoid complications. No, he decided. We split our forces. Group Alpha takes the nearest freighter, Group Beta intercepts the passenger liner, and Group Gamma handles the mining vessel. Quick strikes, maximum profit. The Vorthan fleet divided into 3 attack formations, each consisting of 5 heavily armed raiders. Vex accompanied Group Alpha as they approached their target, a massive cargo hauler designated as the merchant vessel Steadfast. The human ship appeared utterly defenseless as it drifted through space, its hull scarred from countless journeys. Between star systems, no escort vessels flanked it, no defensive formations protected it. Just one lone ship carrying what the scanners indicated was a fortune in rare minerals and manufactured goods. Typical humans, Vex sneered. They never learn. The attack began with textbook precision. The Vorthan raiders emerged from hyperspace at close range, weapons charged and ready. The Steadfast immediately began broadcasting surrender signals, just as expected. Vex allowed himself a moment of satisfaction as his boarding teams prepared to transfer across. Then everything changed. The cargo ship's hull plates began retracting with mechanical precision, revealing rows upon rows of concealed weapon ports. Heavy plasma cannons emerged from hidden compartments, while missile launchers rose from disguised cargo sections. In seconds, the seemingly helpless freighter had transformed into a bristling fortress of destruction. Impossible, Vex breathed, watching his scanner display light up with targeting locks. But that was only the beginning. The human ship's communications array blazed to life, sending out a signal that reached across the star system in mere moments. The response was immediate and overwhelming. Space itself seemed to tear apart as dozens of human warships dropped out of hyperspace around the Vorthan raiders. They materialized from every direction, their arrival coordinated with military precision. That spoke of extensive planning and preparation. "This is Admiral Kane of the Human Defense Fleet," a voice crackled across all frequencies. "Vorthan vessels, you are surrounded. Stand down immediately or face the consequences." Vex stared at the tactical display in horror. 37 human warships had appeared seemingly from nowhere, each one larger and more heavily armed than his raiders. The trap had been perfect, and they had walked directly into it. "Captain," Koss called out, his voice tight with fear. "Groups Beta and Gamma are reporting identical situations. They're all surrounded." The realization hit Vex like a physical blow. The 3 isolated human ships hadn't been random targets of opportunity. They had been bait, carefully positioned to draw the Vorthan forces into a coordinated ambush. The humans had known they were coming. How is this possible? Vex demanded. "Our intelligence indicated these ships were traveling alone, unprotected." Admiral Kane's voice returned, carrying a tone of grim satisfaction. "That's where you made your mistake, Captain. You assumed that traveling alone meant being unprotected. You never understood that every human ship that ventures into dangerous space carries the full weight of our civilization behind it. The Admiral's words continued as the human fleet maintained their encirclement. Each of our vessels is equipped with quantum entanglement communicators that can instantly alert our rapid response forces. When you target one human ship, you're not facing a single crew. You're facing the entire human defense fleet. Vex felt his confidence crumbling as the implications became clear. The humans had deliberately created the appearance of vulnerability, knowing that predators like the Vorthen would be unable to resist such tempting targets. They had turned their apparent weakness into their greatest strength. Furthermore, Kane continued, our ships are designed to operate independently because we trust our people to handle themselves until support arrives. That freighter you're facing, it's not just a cargo vessel. It's a fully armed and armored fortress, crewed by veterans who chose the dangerous outer rim routes specifically because they knew pirates like you would come calling. The Steadfast proved this point by unleashing a devastating barrage that vaporized 2 Vorthen raiders in seconds. The human crew fought with the skill and determination of warriors who knew their backup was already in position. As the battle raged around them, Vex finally understood the truth that had escaped the Vorthen Empire for so long. Human ships didn't travel alone because they were weak or unprepared. They traveled alone because they were so confident in their strength and their support network that they didn't need constant protection. The humans had weaponized their own apparent vulnerability, turning every lone ship into a potential trap for the unwary. They had created a system where attacking one human meant fighting all of them, where isolation was just another form of fleet action. The Vorthen Empire's reign of terror in the Outer Rim ended that day, broken against the rock of human determination and ingenuity. The raiders learned too late that sometimes the most dangerous prey is the one that appears to be traveling alone.